TDS has had an interesting history, with huge stylistic changes throughout many different updates, but what if you could actually play an older version of the game? Well, you can, kind of. Retro TDS is a recreation of the older builds of the game, featuring removed towers in game modes, like Insane Mode, the hardest difficulty which has long been removed from the real tower defense simulator, and the one I hope to win. But as a new player I need to get some towers to have any hope of triumphing this 60 plus wave mode. The only problem was, everything is very expensive. Luckily, there was an option to get a free tower with the Area 51 event, which would award the Commando Tower, another recreation of an old event from TDS. So I got into a 4-player game. My strategy was just to spam scouts near the front end of the path, so I wouldn't take too much good space with the subpar tower. My teammates placed a Crook Boss early along with a John, the partially removed tower from TDS. The early zombies are aliens with 20 health, which aren't too tough, however they are quickly upgraded to stronger variants, which have triple health, and these are noticeably more tanky. So I upgraded my scouts a bit, and approaching wave 10 we saw some pretty intimidating zombies, like the Zoomers and the Lawnmower. Yeah, since the event is only 20 waves, the difficulty progression is a bit compressed, and as such, on wave 17 you get a massive $12,000 paycheck, giving me enough money to max all of my scouts, and for my teammates to place better towers like Cowboy, Minigunner, and Commander, which we would need for the Raider boss, the final zombie of the event with 80,000 health and the ability to stun towers. Our fourth teammate prematurely called the loss and decided to leave, and things were looking shaky as the Raider boss continuously stunned our main force of towers, but we were steadily lowering its health. I spammed scouts to try to get the boss to target them rather than the actual good towers, but that didn't really work. But thankfully the boss was very slow, and in combination with a very long path, we actually killed the boss, winning the event and earning the Commando Tower. So now having an actual tower to my name, I went into an insane game on Dead Ahead, which probably wasn't the best map choice. Structurally it's very similar to its current iteration in TDS, which is to say the path is very straight and there's very little placement space. My teammates once again had quick bosses while I still only had my scouts, and after placing a few of them early, I began saving up for Commando. We did end up taking some damage after leaking a boss and a few other zombies, but in wave 8 I finally had enough to place a Commando, which served as much better DPS than Scout, although it was also much more expensive. The first signs of trouble showed on wave 17, as the slow boss got very far along the path. So to counter that, we placed several more Commandos, and when another one spawned in wave 22, it ended up dying a bit earlier. But with this focus on Commando, we had neglected hidden detection, and with not much else placed, a surprising hidden boss ended up running straight through our defense, killing us in wave 22. But with more knowledge now, I once again joined Insane Mode, this time on the Toyboard map, almost an exact 1-to-1 duplication of the TDS map, and one with much more space. My teammates this time had more towers, with Enforcers, Commanders, and Paintballers. I placed some scouts early, and once again saved for a Commando. The early game played out similarly to the previous round. On wave 22, the hidden boss once again got past the initial group of Commandos, but this time I had placed and upgraded more scouts, and with the help of the whole team quickly spamming towers, we got the boss down to only 10 HP as it entered our base. I didn't want to be caught out again, so I placed and upgraded even more scouts, as my team also upgraded their hidden detection. From there the intensity eased and I started to upgrade my Commandos, and we quickly became very powerful, starting to spawn kill zombies for the next 28 waves. As this mode is 68 waves in total, much more than any mode in the current game, it also features the bosses from all the modes, the Molten Boss spawning on wave 50. At this point the whole team had hit their placement limits, and with over 30 max Commandos, we easily killed the Molten Boss. Enemies continuously got tougher over the next 10 waves though, leading into the Golden Boss in wave 60. With 120,000 health and immunity to explosions, this boss was much tougher, but still, it wasn't tanky enough to get further than halfway along the path before dying. The Commander is a very strong tower with high DPS and a rocket launcher which does splash damage. We were shredding even the strongest frost zombies. These zombies had special freezing ability, but our power level was too high for it to matter, and we cleaned up the final wave easily, as there was no final boss, because the Fallen King wasn't in this original version of the game. Overall, old TDS is definitely a fun switch up, but I'd say the current version is better. Over the years, the TDS devs have really only gotten better and better, whereas this older version of the game shows some of the mistakes they made starting out. Subscribe!